Hallelujah, Shalom family, love to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Welcome. On this channel I discuss topics to edify and encourage the children of Yisrael to return to the ancient path of Yahuwah. I invite you to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. As believers in Yahuwah, endeavoring to return back to the ancient pathways of righteousness, we need to understand what is the foundation of our belief, the foundation of our faith. Tehillim chapter 11. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? This is a question for those who want to be pleasing to Yahuwah and follow the example of Yahushua HaMashiach. What is the foundation, and what does it have to do with righteousness? The foundation is the element of a structure which connects it to the ground and transfers loads from the structure to the ground. A usually stone or concrete structure that supports a building from underneath. Tehillim, or Psalm chapter 102. And I said, O my El, take me not away in the midst of my days. Your years are throughout all generations. Of old have you laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. The word translated as foundation in English comes from the Hebrew Yesed. Yesed. Yesed is translated into English as to found, fix, establish, lay foundation, set, consult, counsel, instruct, ordain. So we see that literally it means to set or lay a foundation, but it can also be translated as consult or instruct. So we see in Psalm chapter 102, the word Yesed was translated as foundation. When we go to 2 Chronicles chapter 3, now these are the things wherein Shalama or Solomon was instructed for the building of the house of Elohim. The length by cubits after the first measure was 60 cubits, and the breadth 20 cubits. So we see here that the Hebrew word Yesed was translated as instructed. And in Psalm chapter 2, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahuwah and against his anointed. Here we see that the Hebrew word Yesed is translated as counsel. So when we look at what is the foundation of a believer, the foundation of a follower of Yahuwah, we're also looking at the counsel and the instruction. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 1. To fear Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. She has built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. The fear of Yahuwah drives away sins, and where it is present, it turns away wrath. Chapter 2. They that fear Yahuwah will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the Torah. The fear of Yahuwah drives away sin. What is sin? Sin is the transgression of the Torah. If we fear Yahuwah, we do not sin, we do not break His commandments. And they that love Him shall be filled with the Torah, as it says in 1 John. This is love for Elohim, to obey His commandments. So now we're seeing the beginning elements of what it is that makes a foundation of our faith. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. For we are laborers together with Elohim. You are Elohim husbandry. You are Elohim building. According to the grace of Elohim, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another builds thereon. But let every man take heed how he builds thereupon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. So Shaul, or Paul, talks about how he taught his students. The foundation of his teaching was not his own. In other words, Shaul or Paul is not the foundation. The foundation is the teaching of Yahushua HaMashiach. And what did Yahushua HaMashiach teach? He taught obedience to the Torah. His teachings and his life were one. We go to Yeshayahu chapter 28. Therefore, thus says Adonai Yahuwah, Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believes shall not make haste. Yahushua is the example of how we are to live our lives according to the Torah of Yahuwah, a life that's pleasing to the Father. The cornerstone, or foundation stone, or setting stone, is the first stone set in the construction of a masonry foundation. All other stones will be set in reference to this stone, thus determining the position of the entire structure. Verse 12. Now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide which he has built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer a loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Know you not that you are the temple of Elohim, and that the Spirit of Elohim dwells in you? If any man defiles the temple of Elohim, him shall Elohim destroy. For the temple of Elohim is set apart, which temple you are. So Shaul goes on to say that when we build upon the foundation, which is the Torah of Yahuwah, the example given to us by Yahushua HaMashiach, that this life will test how we build. By trials and tribulations, are we able to endure to the end? And what is Yahuwah building? He's building the house of Yisrael. The house of Yisrael is the temple of Elohim. We as a people are to be His dwelling place. Matthew or Matthew chapter 16. And Shimon Kepha answered and said, You are the Mashiach, the son of the living Elohim. And Yahusha answered and said unto him, Baruch are you, Shimon bar Yona, for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto you, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say unto you, that you are Kepha, and upon this rock I will build my assembly, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. It has been commonly misconceived that the rock on which Yahusha says that he will build his assembly is the disciple Kepha or Peter. That's not what he was saying. He was saying that he will build his assembly upon the rock of truth that was revealed to Kepha. The truth that Yahusha is the Son of the living Elohim. He is the Mashiach. He is the example. Yahusha is the cornerstone on which the assembly, the congregation of Yisrael, is to be built and set upon. Kafah Aleph for 1 Peter chapter 2. For even hereunto were you called, because Mashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that you should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth. So as we see that the cornerstone sets the line of the masonry of a foundation of the building, Yahusha set the example. We are to follow his steps. We are to come into line with his lifestyle, who did no sin. And we will see what is sin. Sin is breaking the Torah. Yehukanan Aleph for 1 John chapter 3. Whosoever commits sin transgresses also the Torah, for sin is transgression of the Torah. And you know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin. Whosoever abides in him sins not. Whoever sins has not seen him, neither known him. So, the example of the cornerstone, the example of Mashiach, was to obey the commandments of Yahuwah. And if we come in line with him, to be joined with him in the building of the house of Elohim, the congregation of Yisrael, we are to live our lives according to the Torah of Yahuwah, to live sinlessly. In other words, a lifestyle of not breaking the Torah of Yahuwah. Luke chapter 6. And why call you me Adoni, Adoni, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever comes to me and hears my sayings, and does them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built a house, and digged deep, and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that hears and does not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. So Yahusha described two types of people. One who hears his teaching and does what he says. Another one who hears but does not follow through. So we see here that the foundation is his teaching. And what did Yahusha teach? He taught his people to return to the Torah of Yahuwah. He lived his life as an example, a sinless life, in other words, a life without breaking the Torah, fulfilling all the will of the Father. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Bind up the testimony, seal the Torah among my disciples. Shalom, family. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Like, comment, and share.